the southwestern part of the country, Kabale and Kisoro districts in Kigezi sub-region are synonymous for the highlands that dot the terrain and provide beautiful scenery. Kisoro are also known for growing Irish potatoes and produce over 60% of the national crop in Uganda, contributing to the over 800,000 metric tons supplied in the country annually. Irish potatoes are a major staple food for the Bachiga and are grown for both subsistence consumption and as a source of income. Main Irish potato varieties grown in Kigezi are Victoria and Nakpot. In the agricultural value chain, it is essential that all food production stages are handled right. Under the Strengthening Agribusiness Ethics, Quality Standards and ICT Usage in Uganda's Value Chain program, researchers from Makerere University Business School, under the auspice of AgriQuest Uganda, traveled to Kabale and Kisoro districts to establish whether farmers are meeting agribusiness ethics and quality standards. The project is financed by the Netherlands Organization for Scientific Research and also implemented by Vrije University, Netherlands. The researchers further sought to ascertain how decision-making procedures in international food and agriculture policy and practices can be implemented by agriculture players at the bottom of the pyramid. The seedlings, being the first point of production, play a lead role in determining the outcome of the final produce. According to Robertson Kansime, the Kabale District Agriculture Officer, several potato farmers still face challenges in getting quality seed potatoes. Due to this shortage, the farmers end up buying fake seeds, which in the long run affects the quality and quantity of the harvest.
First of all, is we start with seed, because that is key and it is the starting point. First of all, the seed is not enough, and even because of it not being enough, we end up getting unscrupulous suppliers, imports, because they know there is a lot of demand for it. So, and by that, the farmers don't get the value for money. Then, of course, after getting the seed, now the problem comes in the chemicals. Because here you cannot go into potato without use of agrochemicals, and this is partly because one, the farmers are poor. Some negotiate, like if he says I'm selling my bottle or a liter at 40,000, the other one says maybe can you measure something for 10. And you find what he or she has taken is not enough for what he's going to do. Then some even go ahead and say this is original, this is duplicate. The duplicate costs this, the original costs this, and of course the difference is in price. So the farmer ends up going for the duplicate, which costs less. And the repercussions, of course, are later in the production.
Kansimi explains that the post-handling process by farmers is also tracked after the potatoes are harvested. There are no proper storage facilities used by the potato farmers, which in turn leads to losses.
We also have a challenge in storage, because not all have proper storage facilities. So they also affect the quality. And then another ethical issue, especially with seed. Normally when we are going to supply seed, we go there and verify and ascertain the type of seed that is going to be supplied. But when we leave, of course when we are verifying, we sample. Okay. If the store has 100 bags, we sample like 10 or 20. So when we leave, of course, they ensure the other 20 are there, but they add in a sack, like quarter where they put the best, in the middle like that. So if the farmers just pick the bag and take home, they find that like a quarter is not that is also a big challenge.
Innocent Arinitwe, a district agriculture officer, meets with farmers on a daily basis. In his interactions, he has noted that some of them sell off their produce immaturely in order to make quick money. They also do not stick to best agriculture practices meant to enhance their produce, including selection of the potatoes during harvesting.
Most farmers sell their Irish potatoes even when they are not yet harvested, when they are still in the garden. And they find that in the long run, the farmers get cheated. And because they have many other sources of money, they quickly sell at low prices, even without knowing how much will be harvested, but they just sell to solve the problems. So the farmers don't want to change to the methods that we teach them. They don't want to adopt to the good agronomic practices. For example, you teach the farmer, please do positive selection, do negative selection, so that you can have a better seed at the end of it all. The farmer will stick to his indigenous knowledge. He will not accept it.
Fidel Kamari is the chairperson of the Kisoro District Potato Growers Cooperative Union, which oversees 12 primary cooperative groups engaged in Irish potato production and marketing. Kamari reveals that middlemen take advantage of unsuspecting farmers to cheat them through offering low prices and selling higher in bigger markets.
I've been having a good relationship of buyers or middlemen that will take advantage of the influence of farmers by one, giving them offering prices that are very low, and secondly, the delay to pay the remaining balance causes some farmers not to trust in them.
This is a similar trend in Kabale, which Arinitwe concurs with.
The farmer has planted his Irish in the hill, up in the hill, and the vehicles parked down in the valley. So, getting laborers to carry those bags from up in the hill to down the valley where the road is. One is always expensive. Two, even those who don't want to carry them are not there. So at the end of it all, you find that the farmer has paid a lot of money in carrying the harvest up to the road.
One of the greatest challenges faced by farmers in Kigezi is lack of quality seed brought on by the sale of substandard products by agro-input dealers. Jason Dikuyeda and Ruth Tukamhebwa are agro-input dealers in Kisoro and Kabale respectively. They admit that some dealers sell counterfeit products to the farmers, while other times the dealers provide misleading information to the farmers on usage of the inputs.
Big sacks without weighing. For example, you find a sack is having copper. You find the farmer is being cheated, giving like 80,000.
We have many fake seeds mostly, and it's because they don't follow. Sometimes you find the person gets one day and start his or her own. He starts producing the seeds, and that one causes low quality. And it is happening. I think the government should enter in and help us on that. And the problem they sell it cheaply. When you tell the customer that this is the good quality, he or she will not understand you because he may get other cheap products.
But after there is an NGO called International Fertilizer Development Center, which came and intervened in that parish and trained the farmers, even formed groups. So in that parish, at least now each farmer knows that when I am going to sell, the buyer has to come with a weighing scale. So they sell kilos.
like Joan Balizi, a seed producer in Kisoro, having experienced the challenges of dealing with agro-input dealers, resorted to setting up her own seed plot. The technique, similar to a seed potato nursery, allows a farmer to produce large quantities of seed potato from a relatively small piece of land. This encourages intensive crop management practices that lead to better quality seed potato, achieved through strict field hygiene and intensive control of pests. When the researchers met her, Balizi explained that many farmers are still ignorant on seed production mechanisms. This has in the long run affected their yields and quality of produce.
Many of the farmers, you find that they are involved, but they don't have even where to put the seed. You are sleeping on a bed, then you just pile everything down there that is seed. You are processing the seed under the bed. You don't have room for the seed. You don't have anywhere to put the seed. Number 2, seed production. You select the seed when it's still in the garden. But very many people have got this method of saying, I'll get the big ones and sell them off, and the small ones will be seed. But seed, you can't, like these ones, I can get where food out of this. But basically, the biggest percentage is seed. Because if it is huge, you leave it and it becomes, you can use it for food. But the biggest percentage of this is seed.
Balizi has built a screen house where she grows the seed potato. Within the house is also a soil bank where sand and other soils are sterilized before transfer to the indoor nursery bed where the seed potatoes are planted. To get into the screen house, everyone must be disinfected to avoid entry of insects and germs, a hygiene measure aimed at getting clean and quality seed. To avoid losses, Balizi says being keen on the agriculture value chain right from the planting stage is important in determining the output of Irish potato produce.
And once you put it in the soil, then you have done it. Make sure every day you are in here, observe everything. You observe every plant, because even when you see it built like this, there are some caterpillars that escape in. I don't know where they pass. That's why when you are opening, you make sure you cut out everything. But there is a time I had them in and they found a caterpillar. It had eaten leaves. And if you don't come in quite often, you can find the whole box finished.
Charles Berugaba is another farmer who runs a potato screen house under the Clean and Quality Seed Potato Production Project in Kachukano in Kabale. It provides certified seed potatoes that are distributed in the district under government's Operation Wealth Creation Program and is funded by the International Fertilizer Development Center. Berugaba says the biggest challenge in Kigezi sub-region is lack of quality seed potatoes. In addition, the seed farmers are adamant to practice strict field hygiene and prevent land contamination.
Ensigo nyingi kubanga ensigo kati za bula naye geziva wano ng'azibikola iti omuntu n'agula azitwala n'aziteeka mu nnimiro ekifu nga mulimu obulwadde ye naawe manya nti nange nfunye siidi ennungi ye n'ateeka mu nnimiro endwadde akati awo kiba kisanyusa kubanga ye aba tafunyeemu. Ekirala abantu betukolegana nabo katugambe oba oyinza okuba ng'oteresa ennimiro nga wali omanyingo era bekebeere kirini kubanga tuba twagala tuproducinga mukolitesi andi baleeta nga kato nebaziisa nga zimaze okuyita mu nnimiro mbi nazo neziyitamu kati nezisagamu doze ya bakitiriyo ate n'abalala bayitamu nga mu nnimiro ekizibu
kye tulina ekirala olaba tulina kapuloti wali era ettaka lyaffe tiriri wamu obeera wano katundu kati omuntu ayinza kuya nga afudde mu ndimiro eyiye ng'amazzi erimu omuntu obulwadde n'alinnya n'omuliro ate ng'akimanyi so ebyo nabyo gyekisingana.
The seed potato selection is a crucial part of the agricultural food chain, with Byarugaba emphasizing that initial tubers should be obtained from a reliable source like seed production centers and to avoid being cheated by unscrupulous dealers. Many smallholder farmers in Kigezi sub-region still struggle with quality standard produce, an attribute that becomes costly in sale of their potatoes in the local and regional markets. Kansime says Kabale district has now set strict standards to be followed by farmer groups on post-harvest handling.
Those ones will put standards. Those standards will help them to follow the quality guidelines that are prescribed and those that maybe are taught by the field extension workers. And that will certainly have a multiplier in the long run, because if you have been selling from the garden but now you first harvest, then you do the weighing, you sort, it is a bit laborious, but at the end of the day I think the benefit outweighs.
With several complaints from farmers pointing fingers at agro-input dealers for supply of counterfeit products, the Kisoro District Potato Growers Cooperative Union has advised its members to deal only with genuine dealers. Kamari says the Farmer Association now deals directly with registered dealers to reduce on the incidence of counterfeit. To weed out middlemen, the association also deals direct with buyers to avoid being cheated.
So the best way to do is to deal with the registered input dealers who are selling genuine seed, genuine input like fertilizers and chemicals. If all parties can play their role effectively and rightly and genuinely, I think potato production business would be booming. But those are the changes we are facing, but we are trying to get rid of those people and deal with the genuine ones.
Even though some farmers are yet to adapt from traditional to modern methods of farming, the association has continuous trainings with them to ensure that they are at par with the best agricultural practices. Among the objectives, AgriQuest research team is to develop solutions through the use of technology to find quick solutions for farmers to access information on agriculture standards and ethical practices. Also, there should be an access point for the farmer and buyer. In Kabale and Kisoro, different organizations are equipping farmers with technological mechanisms using mobile phones to improve agricultural practices. The use of ICT has seen mobile applications such as Kakasa come up, where a farmer is able to send a question and an answer is given instantly on the genuineness of an agro input from a company. The program is implemented by the Uganda National Bureau of Standards (UNBS) that allows Kakasa customers to ensure that the seed or pesticide product is from an approved supplier, prevents buyers from purchasing fake or adulterated products, and prevents the reuse of packs filled with diluted contents. Jason Dikuyeda, an agro-input dealer in Kisoro, is one of the beneficiaries.
My name is Jason Dikuyeda, an agro dealer. Basically, I am an agro dealer, yes, but to a small extent also a farmer. Agro dealer selling agriculture-related products like seeds, agricultural seeds, yes, fungicides, pesticides, fertilizers, so
Solomon Basaiza, the Kisoro District Agriculture Officer, says with all the challenges facing the farmers, the district has now embarked on a number of solutions to help improve their agricultural practices.
There are many challenges, ranging from lack of crop rotation, as we have mentioned, lack of control of water, runoff, soil erosion, and then not following basic agronomic practices. In our attempt to correct this, we have put those laws in place on soil and water conservation. We are also sensitizing our farmers to follow proper crop rotation sequence or practices. And then the other thing is the agronomic practices. We have our extension workers, 2 of them here. They'll be telling us what they are doing, but they are on the ground to help the farmers follow proper agronomic practices. Spraying regime, simple thing like spraying regime. You find farmers wasting money in the garden or not spraying appropriately, and diseases which can be controlled are therefore not controlled. And at the end of the day, we'll have less output than what we would otherwise have. Then you talked about agro-input dealers. I know you have talked to one of them.
Yes.
We have standards that we are trying to enforce. We called all of them. We have agreed with them on what is ethical and what is not. And we have given them a very long period of grace. But as you know, there will be a time when, of course, the long arm of the law will catch up with them. Because some of them sell expired goods, some of them sell fake goods, some of them adulterate some of these products. And we are going to have to close down some of them. Many of them are not registered. Actually, I think the biggest number, in fact, if not all, in our district, unfortunately, have not yet been registered. Some of them started the process, but did not complete. They are registered with the UNADA, but not registered with the Ministry of Agriculture, which is a requirement. And we thought that even if they try to get registered, many of them will fail to meet the standards. So we are trying to purposely build them. And that's why we have a bit of lenience, but very soon we shall catch up with them. Now, once you have those inputs, you have clean seed, you have properly prepared garden, and you have all these agronomic practices followed, then at the end of the day, you're going to have good production and good output. We are advocating for good storage practices. We shall be visiting a store which acts as a model for the farmers to follow. And we shall also look at a farmer who has adopted and has changed his store from an old ramshackled one to an improved store. So we are advocating for proper storage, because sometimes after producing good potato, it gets spoiled in storage. Badly stored potato ends up being bad for the plate. And eventually also, seed potato also, when it is stored badly, it will end up not being good for planting again. So we are going to have an example of of a good potato store, a good warehouse, and then we're also going a step further to have cold storage. Cold storage where we have an ambient store.
Has it already started?
Yes, it has started.
Is it nearby here?
Yeah, we're going to visit it
Okay.
in Nyarusiza, Mwanjari village, where we are advocating for people to be sensitive to the market and to tap the market properly, whereby you can store and keep the potatoes fresh.
The question says
Ambient store, it is in Nyarusiza in Mwanjari village. It is actually the agriculture officer for that area, and we shall be leading us. Now, you keep the seed, you keep the potatoes fresh in storage until the market is suitable for sale. Because the practice has been for farmers to be so desperate that when traders come, they even buy the potatoes when they are still in the garden. Comes and he says, I'm giving you so much. He doesn't know what will come out of that garden, neither does the farmer. They just estimate, and the farmer may give away his potatoes at a given price because he's desperate and so on. The other thing which we are doing, which would help that, is organizing the farmers into cooperative societies. I'm sure you talked to the chairman of the union, told you how we have 12 grilled potato cooperative societies, and which get into a union. So once they are strong and they are organized, they don't just bow down to these middlemen who are not even the actual traders. Some of them are middlemen. They come and buy and then sell to the actual traders. They can have a good bargaining power. They have good bargaining powers. Because they are organized, they agree, we are not going to sell at this price, neither are we going to rush. And in those cooperatives, we are advocating for saving and credit schemes, such that a farmer who has got potatoes can go and store his potatoes, wait for the market, wait until the market is friendly, and then sell only when the price is good. Before then, he can get financial assistance from the credit and savings scheme. Everybody in the cooperative well knowing that this man has got potatoes and he will not disappoint us in paying back. So we have already started these cooperatives. They are strong, and the credit schemes have begun working, but not all the farmers have.